what's up? It's Kathy and I'm back with another process video, and this one is for paper issues and it's part of one of the challenges that was for February, and I'm just kind of showcasing, I guess, like a way to kind of work with a challenge like this. I know it is like the end of the month and everything, but we just kind of pop up periodically to showcase our projects from those challenges, and this one was from one called the Progressively Better Challenge, and it was really cool because Kelly did it, and I think Becky might have been scrapping with her, and basically they were scrapping live and kind of taking suggestions from people on the live feed as they went. And so they kind of started out with like one idea, and it would just evolve based on what people kind of shouted out or commented. And it was really neat. So basically after that, I watched it, and then I had my list of things to use, and one of them was a cardstock background. So I'm going with a craft cardstock background, and excuse me, a 6-inch by 7-inch piece of pattern paper. So check, I got that too. I actually cut two, and then I'm going to cut one a little smaller so that they can overlap. And then there was paper layers, at least 2, I think, pattern paper layers. So I got my 2 pattern paper layers. It wasn't specified how many photos, so I didn't have to worry about that. And there was also one about using a 1-inch by 12-inch strip of paper. So I'm cutting the back side of one of the carousel papers that I used, and I actually decided to accordion fold it into a little rosette, and that actually worked out really well. I've done rosettes before and they were like way too big and stuff like that, and I did not like them, but that one worked out really well. So a 1-inch by 12-inch paper makes a really cute little rosette. And if you fold it, I don't even have a bone folder. Like I couldn't fold it properly, I guess you could say, but I did it by hand, and it turned out really pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. I'm going to use another strip of that paper just to kind of bring in that black and white somewhere else other than just the rosette. I think Kelly did a rosette as well, but you don't have to. Like, it just said 1-inch by 12-inch, and then you can kind of go and use that as a jumping off point and kind of go from there. So I'm just sticking them down together. That backside looks really cool too with those 2 different black and white papers. So I might have to try something with those sometime. But I just thought the colors that I was using for this were perfect because there was some green in that paper. I definitely wanted to bring in pink because I like getting a chance to use lots of pink. Not that I don't use it for boy layouts, I just don't use it as much, I guess. And yellow because she's on a slide, and the slide is yellow in color, and she's got like a beige kind of cream shirt and shorts. And then I'm doing accordion folding with crepe paper, just white, just to kind of add some texture, because that's just something I like to do. And I think I actually accordion folded it the wrong way. I should have went the other way. I don't know if that makes sense, but I did have to stick it down a little bit more afterwards. Just some of the folds weren't staying. So here's where the video kind of has to get cut up a lot, and I had to time-lapse it kind of thing, because there were specifics to the types of embellishments, and if you're on the Paper Issues friends and fans page and you look up the Progressively Better Challenge, I don't think they're doing one in March, but they do. This isn't one that would just be in February. There's probably going to be more of them. But there were specifics to like using a tag and using 2 pieces of ephemera and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm going with this, is I've got to make sure I include some of that, not some of it, I have to include all of the stuff that was in the challenge, obviously, to complete the challenge. So I'm just like not really sure where I want to go with it. I just grabbed a whole bunch of stuff, and obviously some of it is really big, and I'm trying to see it but not have it take up all the space, like that type of thing. So it's a little bit challenging. And I thought about doing like a line of ephemera down on the bottom, like where I just put that carnival one, and then doing like a strip of ephemera, like a banner. And you know what? It's a really cool idea, and I totally want to do this, but not for this layout, because all it was doing was just covering up the paper. And that's kind of, what was the point of putting the paper down if I just cover the whole thing up, right? But it was really cool looking on its own, and I'm totally thinking I've got to do that. So then I remembered that you had to bring in ribbon or twine, I think, or thread or twine or something. So I decided to bring in baker's twine. So I grabbed some brads, and I'm going to put them on each end, and I'm going to string baker's twine along across from one side to the other. And I didn't put the brads, I didn't fold the back yet so that they could stand up. I wanted to get the baker's twine around a few times, and then I'm gonna push them in and push the back prongs so that it'll stay. So I just kind of did it like, as you can see. I've actually done a really long time ago, I did one where I made it look like laces, like shoelaces, and so I did brads going on both sides up and then laced the baker's twine up it. So brads and then baker's twine is actually like a really cool way to just kind of string something along like that. It's another way to do it instead of just stapling it or gluing it. So, and you're getting to use up your brads, and if you had decorative ones, it'd be really cute. The only real cool decorative ones I had were snowflake ones. I was like, well, that doesn't match. So I decided to put some pattern paper in the back, and in the end, you're not gonna see a whole lot of it. But I just thought I would put something in the back so that I didn't just have the photos. But I didn't want to back all the photos separately. So I knew I wanted to put that carnival 3x4 card there, but I'm not going to worry about you being able to see the whole sentence. I just wanted the yellow and the floral, and there's a little bit of it peeking out because we're not technically at a carnival, so it doesn't really need to say carnival. And I just kind of grabbed some papers that were in my small paper stash. So one of them's like a 7 paper studio calico paper, and the other one was an older Simple Stories paper, I think from the Posh collection, and they were just kind of left over. And that copper rose gold vellum piece was from a Pink Fair Studio line from last year. Well, not last year, but kind of like last season, I guess, spring. So it was Live More or Dream On. It was one of those two. I think that's the last piece I have of it, and it's really cute. And I had to then cut it and make it go in the back. You can see that, like I couldn't join it up, but I wanted it to go all the way across, so I had to like put another one in. So I think I'm going to put something up there to put that in its place so that you don't see it. So I'm just trying to figure out where else to put the photos. This was kind of funny because I originally knew what I wanted to do, and then I just got so like kerfuffled around with how I actually wanted to lay this out that I end up just kind of not knowing what I'm doing with it, as opposed to having a clear idea. Like I had a clear idea from the beginning, and then all of a sudden my clear idea was just gone, and I didn't have a clear idea anymore, and I was struggling. I put some little fabric border thing on the bottom, and it's sticky, and you can see I'm just checking off my list just to make sure I know what I've got. It's sticky. It was from Michael's a while back. I think I managed to pop that photo up, the bigger one, just enough that it is covering so that the two vellum spots look like they might actually be connected. And then I decided to put the rosette in the middle, and I tucked in some cards underneath the baker's twine. I thought that looked cute, and I liked the yay down at the bottom because then it's bringing in another cluster, because I've got that one large one up at the top, and now I've got like a one down at the bottom too. And I was debating how to kind of set this all up, and one of the challenge things was a large title, and I kind of thought the yay was large enough, so the title is kind of like yay, oh happy day type thing. So that's a pretty big title. Those 3 letters and that banner take up quite a bit of space. So I think that that is a good enough large title for me. I'm just trying to make sure that you can see that that's the word yay, but without there being like white space, like trapped white space. So it's that tricky balance of trying to get it just enough. And I'm putting some Pop Dots in the back just to keep it from being too flat, because I'm not going to do too much else on that side, I don't think. I think I add like a sticker, and I tried to stick a sticker on that and it didn't work out so well. And I think I end up going with one of those gold enamel metal pieces from the carousel. I think I pretty much exclusively used the carousel collection on this. It's very rare for me to use an entire, like to only use an entire collection, but I still have so much of it, and I just kept grabbing stuff, and of course it all fit together, so why not just do it? So yeah, I didn't really see the need to bring in other stuff because I still had so much. So, you know, I wasn't wanting for product for sure to make this layout. So I had lots going on that I could bring in. I'm still trying to find something that I like for that rosette. And I thought I liked that, but I don't. So, I do eventually bring in that other piece, but I really liked that little bunny in the corner. It was just so cute. I think I pretty much leave the other side bare. I don't really think I put too much or anything on that side. I thought about putting the love you, but I didn't like it. It just kind of felt like it was just sitting randomly in a place, and it didn't have a reason to be there. So I'm going to leave, I really wanted to showcase as much of that scene paper as possible anyway, because that was kind of the jumping off point for the whole layout with the color scheme and everything like that, and the big Ferris wheel and all that. So I don't see the point in covering it up too much. I brought in a few gold accents. There's a few rose gold accents. I'm not really concerned that it would have that. You can see there's those pieces. And yeah, I end up going with the circus tent one because it brought in a bit more blue. I just felt like it needed a little bit more blue. So I think I bring in enamel dots or something, because I think it said you had to bring in enamel dots. But I don't know if I do that on screen or off screen, and my color just went crazy. Sorry, it's probably the sun going down or something like that. When I was, oh no, there it's back. It was just me, probably in the way. So doodling was also on the list. So I'm going to doodle around the yay cards, and I think that that looks really cute. I'm doodling to try and make it emulate that middle black and white paper a little. So I'm just doing swirls and dots and stuff like that. And I think it looks really cute in the end. And it just kind of makes everything matchy-matchy. And yeah, I think I know I put Heidi Swapp Color Shine, because of course I do. And I believe I put gold. And yeah, there we go. I knew I put enamel dots in. I think these are Elle Studio ones, or Ellie's Studio. And I just put in some colors that would match, because that was part of the assignment type thing. And so yeah, the last thing is going to be Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and I'm going to use the gold, which is like the only one that I'm actually kind of thinking I'm going to have to buy some more of, if you can even buy it anymore. If not, I'll have to find some new gold. But that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really love this layout, and that challenge was so fun. So yeah, have a good day.